she stopped conforming to the conventional picture of femininity, she finally began to enjoy being a woman. When you follow somebody, you have to be a person who seeks and not a follower. When you follow, you become a slave, a mechanical object who can be remote controlled. When she stopped conforming to the conventional picture, the moment she stopped thinking she's a girl, the moment she stopped thinking she's a woman, she has to act like this and that, she couldn't ask herself what Ramana Maharshi said, ask who am I? She forgot to ask what was her power and talent. And then the Christian world said, knock and the door shall be opened, even though they said they also do not allow the women to knock their own doors to see their own talent. As long as that is suppressed, you got the women to conform to anything and everything, made her a nobody. When she stopped conforming to the conventional picture of femininity, she finally began to enjoy being a woman, said Betty Friedan, born on 4th February 1921 in Illinois in USA, died on 4th February 2006 in Washington, D.C., USA. Betty Friedan was an American feminist, writer and activist, a leading figure in the women's movement in the United States. Her 1963 book, The Feminine Mystic, is often credited with sparking the second wave of American feminism in the 20th century. In 1966, Friedan co-founded and was elected the first president of the National Organization for Women Now, which aimed to bring women into the mainstream of American society. Now, fully equal partnership with men. Betty Friedan said when she stopped conforming to the conventional picture of femininity, please try to look into that, it's just a discussion, she finally began to enjoy being a woman. First time a girl felt she's a girl, otherwise she always tried to convince the other person how the other person wants it. The moment she does that, she as a girl gets destroyed. And then what happens is all that glitters is not that gold, the other side comes to know, because you carry a lot of your beauty parlor powders and lipsticks. And when one drop of water falls when you walk in the rain, your picture changes to be a devil. When she stopped conforming to the conventional picture of femininity, she finally began to enjoy being a woman. Yes, first time. When she understands that she's a woman, the power of the woman is expressed. Then it is permanent. It is not a mushroom growth. Then this kind of talks will never come. I hear a lot of women telling, even the girls who had a love marriage and arranged marriage, both are telling the same thing. The moment the marriage happens, the husband takes us for granted. Now I have to cook, I have to feed him, I have to take care of him. Throughout my whole life is lost being that. And especially the village women tells that after the child is born, husband doesn't even touch the women. Can you believe? They have been separated because the woman tries to convince him, tries to be what he wants. No, no, no. Try to be what you want, that is permanent. I've known some women who try to be their own, very strong and powerful. In the next door to Indiranagar, there was a business family. The women and the husband and the wife or the father, they both from years together, always together, always together. Even going to the factory, wife is the husband, going for a walk together. Yes, such a big love. Yes. They have a real deep understanding because she never gave up her freedom, and he expressed here, he understood that her freedom, her being a woman, strong woman, very powerfully strong woman, but very loving deep inside, is also very attractive. Try to understand that. When she stopped conforming to the conventional picture of femininity, she finally began to enjoy being a woman. That's the first time you will understand that when you stop conforming to the conventional picture of a middle class, of a poor class. When you stop, then you finally begin to enjoy being a real man in the society, a real human being. That has been disconnected. As long as you don't find your own and you follow the rules, then they call you are educated, you are literate. Yes, and educated literate means you are a slave. Shut your bloody mouth and follow us. Otherwise, we will drag you to the court, to the police station, tell you are a bad man. So nobody wants that. So every person, the moment they go to the job, they are lost. They try to conform to what the factories want to produce. Betty Friedan, in 1970, after stepping down as now's first president, Friedan organized the nationwide women's strike for equality on August 26, the 50th anniversary of the 19th Amendment to the United States Constitution granting women the right to vote. National strike was successful in broadening the feminist movement. The march, led by Friedan in New York City alone, attracted over 50,000 people. Betty Friedan said women who adjust as housewives, who grew up wanting to be just a housewife, are in as much danger as the millions who walked to their own death in the concentration camps. They are suffering a slow death of mind and spirit. When she said concentration camp, I saw the film Schindler's List. The concentration camps where women are taken in huge, men are taken in huge groups. Their dresses have been shaved beautifully. Even the hair has been shaved out, and then said you have been taken to a factory where you will be getting a salary. They taken them into the gas chamber right inside. As you enter the gas chamber, beautiful, beautiful mirrors like our Infosys and Wipro, beautiful, beautiful software companies. You get attracted. All that glitters is not that gold, that glittering you enter, so beautiful. And then they give you beautiful food. The switch is on and people got water. They have not been given water for such a long time because all these years, these rich companies, factories, were making you suffer in the name of studies, school studies or college studies, just to become a slave for them. And you were so thirsty, when you enter the factory, they give you water. That's what they show you in Schindler's List. Switch on and the water comes, and people are in a hurry. They forgot what they are. The whole body, they were undressed, purely naked. The factories makes you so naked. To apply to the factory, they strip you naked, rape you publicly by asking you as many questions as possible about private life, family life, everything naked, and then take everything of your records. Same thing, Schindler's List, what they shown, switches on and you are naked, shaved, they shaved your hair, shaved your beard, everything. Naked, you enter, you see the beautiful mirrors. Yes, And then they say this is equality. Switches on, water comes, and everybody in a hurry to drink because they were thirsty, like you were thirsty in your school and your college to get a job. The moment you enter, then you become an IAS officer, case officer, and the political leaders will fry you. The moment you enter the IAS office and the case office, a switch is on. You're thirsty for water, thirsty for money, thirsty for public, thirsty for that seed. When you start drinking, the gas chamber switches on. Within seconds, you become a nobody. You become a powder. You are dead. There the death is seen. Here the death is not seen. They are slowly poisoning to you to death. Women who adjust as housewife, who grow up wanting to be just a housewife, are in as much danger as the millions who walk to their own death in the concentration camp. Women who adjust means the middle class who adjust, the poor who adjust as factory workers, as salary people, as IAS or KS officers, who grow up wanting to be just a housewife, who grow up wanting just to be a salary man, just to become an officer, are in as much danger as the millions who walk to their own death in the concentration camps. And I looked at the Schindler's List, shocking when this has got a connecting. They are suffering a slow death of mind and spirit. You lost everything, and then you are barking with a pigeonhole which they make you. All the money which they give you, the moment you enter the company, they make you a nobody. They send you as many people as possible that you can buy a house on loan, a car on loan, everything. And then for 20 years they say. And then inside, as you enter, the boss is sitting with a gun, with a pink card, and you start shivering. You are walking like worse than a slave. The moment women who adjust as housewives, the moment you stop adjusting as housewives, stop conforming to the conventional picture of a femininity or a middle class, that time the family will bloom. Husband and wife will be so beautiful. They do not want the husband and wife to be together. Somebody was telling, the moment they marry, after the marriage, husband and wife are like the coins. Wife on this side, husband on this side. Both of them never look at each other. Can you believe? But then that is what the companies wanted you. That's what the whole religious, the whole business community, whole ruling class wanted you. The moment you don't look at each other, then you're called a very good husband. The moment you're in love, they know no factories will run. Because the people will be going back to their own land, and that is enough. They do not want big money. They want love. And you can see it. The cities are shut down. Factories are shut down. The whole village looks like a beautiful hub, a festival throughout 365 days. Everybody doing their own work and chit-chatting. And love, only love and song you can hear. Such is the beauty. That has been destroyed. When you have destroyed that, then you can always scream that you're literate and illiterate. They made you a nobody. Look into that. Betty Friedan said, when she stopped conforming to the conventional picture of femininity, she finally began to enjoy being a woman. Women who adjust as housewives, who grow up wanting to be just a housewife, are in as much danger as the millions who walk to their own death in the concentration camps. They are suffering a slow death of mind and spirit. This is my 322nd small talks.